Hello everyone, glad to be back. Today is still 24th of June, now it's almost 9 o'clock in the evening Moscow time. I'm Levan Gudadze and this is my second update today, in which I will share major news for today that was reported just a few minutes ago, which is about this armed rebellion that did take place in Russia for the last 24 to 36 hours. And latest news is that according to Russian media and statements from press service of President of Belarus, Lukashenko, there was some negotiations with PMC Wagner, and as a result of these negotiations, decision was made to stop movement of PMC Wagner units towards Moscow and return to their bases. This information comes just in last 15-20 minutes. I did share on my Telegram page, and by the way, what a relief, really. Today was very intense day. As you probably noticed, since the first short update, I was all day on the Telegram and making updates constantly and sharing information with our community. And now let me summarize entire day, what did happen, how events did unfold. But main point is that according to press service of President of Lukashenko and according to statement of head of PMC Wagner, Evgeny Prigozhin, decision have been made to stop advance in direction of Moscow by PMC Wagner, and they will now return to their field bases. So this armed rebellion has ended, and according to information that we are receiving, PMC Wagner fighters, as a result of negotiations, did receive some security guarantees, so they won't be punished for participation in this whole story. But yet again, let's see how will situation develop during the night tomorrow. But hopefully there will be no more escalation. Now let me summarize. Day as it went. So in the morning, we did receive information that PMC Wagner units did enter Rostov-na-Donu, Rostov-on-Don city in southern part of Russian Federation, biggest city in southern Russia. PMC Wagner units did establish control over the headquarters of southern military district in Rostov. Also under control of PMC Wagner was administration buildings and state institutions. Basically, there was some reports at the time that Rostov airport was also under control of PMC. Then, in few hours' time, we did receive additional information that massive columns of PMC Wagner did start their movement in direction of Moscow, and fairly shortly they did reach Voronezh and continue their way towards Moscow. And the latest news when it comes to these columns was that, according to some reports, first or forward units of PMC Wagner was noticed in Kashira, in the city of or settlement of Kashira in Moscow region, which is, as you can see, not far away from Moscow. It's only about 90 kilometers. But by the way, in his statement, in his latest statement, Yevgeny Prigozhin did said that PMC Wagner units were about 200 kilometers from Moscow. So maybe information about Kashira is a mistake. Maybe some media outlets or Telegram channels that start reporting about it were mistaken, and as a result, then, as you know, information is spreading in internet like wildfire, and all the other channels and pages on internet start sharing that information. But even if PMC Wagner units did reach Kashira, main point is that they did stop now to advancing towards Moscow, and now they will return to the bases. Lukashenko, not Prigozhin, say anything about details of negotiations that did take place. And by the way, a press service of Lukashenko did notice that Lukashenko was conducting these negotiations with of course, with permission of Moscow. He probably spoke to Putin, not probably, but definitely he did spoke to Putin, and only after that he began his negotiations, and details are unknown. But because decision was made by PMC Wagner to stop advance and return to bases, I guess this is just a guess, by the way. I guess in fairly short amount of time we may see that leadership of Russian Defense Ministry will be replaced. Maybe that's just my guess, but when I'm thinking about possible topics of negotiations, I guess Prigozhin did receive some promises that there will be some changes in leadership of Defense Ministry, and basically that's what he wanted from the very beginning, and that's what he was stating. And yes, let's see, but I would not be surprised if in coming days President of Russian Federation will make the announced decision to replace some members in top leadership of Russian Defense Ministry, but that's just a guess. Main point is that all this story has ended. Unfortunately, there were some incidents when between PMC Wagner units and soldiers and officers of Russian Defense Ministry. Unfortunately, quite a few helicopters were shut down, according to some reports, and even a transport plane by air defense systems of PMC. Very unfortunate and a tragic development, of course. But if this decision will stand, that Prigozhin and Lukashenko's press service did announce, and if PMC Wagner units will go back to their bases, then much more bloodshed will be avoided. So definitely this ending is better than a continuation of this confrontation, which become a surprise for everyone, I guess. And I did see, by the way, I could not be active in comment sections, not on YouTube, not on the Telegram, because, as I said, I was constantly monitoring few dozens of Telegram channels, media outlets, and some other pages on internet to receive latest news. But time to time I did notice comments, and many of you were also surprised and shocked to see this development, like I was, and well, as I said, man, what a relief that all this rebellion has ended. Well, and by the way, of course, if you want to learn some more about details, this is, by the way, my Telegram page here, and as I just mentioned, quite a few helicopters and even transport plane was shut down today by air defense systems of PMC Wagner, according to some reports. And well, you can see all my posts during the day. All my posts during the day that I share on my Telegram page. It was very intense day. It was very intense day. This is, by the way, movement of Ahmad special forces in direction of Rostov, and they did reach Rostov. Thankfully, there was no clashes. There was no clashes in Rostov between the units. And this is, for example, preparation of Moscow. There were many checkpoints. Many bridges were shut down or blocked. And well, it was an emergency situation for sure. It was an emergency situation, and well, there are some lessons to be learned for sure from this whole story. And well, this is, by the way, instances where roads were blocked, but PMC Wagner units did easily dismantle these kind of checkpoints and continue on their advances. But yes, thankfully, this ordeal has ended, and well, from tomorrow we all can go back to ordinary life without this extra stress that no one needs, really. Absolutely. So well done to Lukashenko. Well done to Lukashenko. He did play a crucial role today, because that was also surprised, of course. So yes, this is it, by the way. This is it. If you want to learn more details how situation did develop during the day, as I said, you can check out my posts on Telegram page. As I said, all day long I was right next to notebook and updating Telegram. That's for example, photo of preparations of checkpoints in entrance to Moscow. And this is columns of PMC Wagner that were moving forward. Quite peaceful photo of Wagnerites in Rostov. And yes, well, thanks God, this rebellion, as President of Russian Federation did classify, this action from PMC Wagner has ended, and life will go back to its usual way now, and everything will be less stressful. But when it comes to my take on this picture, I don't think my opinion means much, really. But well, I think lessons have to be learned, because all monets do have two sides, and statements that Prigozhin was making, you can agree with some, you can disagree, but those statements probably do have some ground, and some changes truly have to be done to make sure that system is running smoothly. And first of all, of course, I'm talking about real fight against corruption and corrupt officials. because I was saying always that corruption is and corrupt officials are main threat to Russia, Russian statehood and Russian society, because corruption is not just when officials are stealing money. Corruption is destroying system from within, and as a result, incompetent individuals are achieving some positions in the system because of corrupt connections, and the true professionals are left out of system, and as a result, when this is noticeable, especially when some emergency situation is happening, because these corrupt unprofessional elements in system are not capable to act, not capable to do their job, because they don't know how. And well, I won't go now in this topic. That's a story for whole another day and update. But well, I hope Moscow will come up with some lessons from all this story, and will start true fight against corruption and corrupt officials. It's necessary. It's very late, but it's better to do it this late than never, because otherwise this system will only withstand so much. That's it, really. So, well, I was waiting, I was thinking to make update a little bit earlier, but waiting for more and more news to come. And well, you should see me when I did see these reports about this agreement between the sides to cease hostilities, and what a relief. Unbelievable, man, unbelievable day. And thankfully situation will calm down and then stay calm. Yes, this is it for now. Sorry if my updates are not that organized, really, but it was a very nervous day, stressful day. And by the way, I did try my best to keep you informed through my Telegram page, and well, I hope I did manage this. This is it for now. I wish you a great day. Take care and see you soon.